Good morning. Oh, I am moving so slow this morning. Bear with me. It's going to be a very slow moving, chilled out stream as I try to think for my words. I have had coffee, I swear. I have had coffee. Don't even have any with me right now because I feel coffeeed out. So, anyway, good morning. Welcome to the week. It's Tuesday morning, and I'm getting back into my routine of doing something other than spinning. So it would have been a little more chill if I had spun today. I almost caved and did it, but I need to work on this cross stitching and make sure I get it done by Christmas. I almost wrote my little alert that I send out for this. X stitching on an Xmas ornament. It appealed to me that there was the X used for cross and Christmas. How interesting is that, right? We're used to that though. It's an abbreviation. So anyway, yeah, I had a great day yesterday. I will talk about it as I cross stitch, but basically I fluffed my stash, fiber stash, everything that was downstairs yesterday. I pretty much went through everything, and that's because Stash Dash is coming and I really need to get going on it, and so I was doing prep work, and I will talk about that. But let me change cameras here. Other than that, it's gorgeous weather, sunshine. We sat on the porch, Hubby grilled. You know, it was a delightful day yesterday, and we're going to have a whole week of it. So I have gardening chores I need to do over the mornings of the week, this rest of this week, since I won't stream in the mornings. And then I have fiber work that I also need to progress. Have you ever heard about, has anybody progressed the laundry? My daughter uses that term, as in there's always something in the washer that needs to go in the dryer. There's always something in the dryer that needs to be put in a basket and folded. Well, that's sort of how I handle my fiber. I have discovered it is a full-time job. It literally now has become a full-time job for me. And I could put in 8 hours a day, totally unpaid. I'm not getting money anywhere for it, but I can't even imagine being paid what 8 hours is really worth of my time. But I also realize that this is the peak period for me to be doing things, and I'll go into that reason for all that too. Anyway, I know that I have to progress the fiber stuff every day. Be doing something, and I made quite a list. Got quite a plan going between now and the end of May, which is when Stash Dash starts, because all of this prep work doesn't count for Stash Dash. What I really want to count is what I either create, yardage I create, right, by spinning, or yardage that I use up by knitting. Those are the two things that happen during Stash Dash, and fortunately it lasts 3 months. So there's a lot of time and a lot that can happen. First of all, changing cameras. I have two things I gotta do here. And this I want to get. And I didn't make my label. Let me make my label real quick here. For this. See this on the Nitty Naughty? It's a 2-yard skein nitty knotty. That is my California red fiber from Walhalla. And it's a 2-ply, and I got a total of 224 yards. And it's a 2-ply. So I need to put a couple of these strings on here. Strings. You know what I mean. Tie these on so that I can take it off of the knitting knot. Set and skein this off, waiting for hubby to get ready for us to go out. Where did we go? We didn't go out yesterday. Sunday afternoon? We were out Sunday afternoon? Boy, I don't remember. Anyway. No, Sunday I mowed. He has been working outside. Oh my gosh. Non-stop. Alright, and I'll stick this label on here. Uh-oh. Music today, again, I am trying a new music source because I keep getting muted on the traditional Pretzel and YouTube. So this is Chohop. I expect that I will get muted again and get very angry, but that's alright. Oh, look at this nice skein. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, it's not soft, right? But it is such a serviceable, sturdy, really great definition when you knit with it yarn. And it's your basic sheep breed that was being raised for meat, California red, here in the U.S., developed early and in the U.S., but did not come from Britain or anything like that, and was developed for desert-like environment. And this is from a breeder who has some of the sheep and had her fleeces milled, called Walhalla or Tunis. Walhalla Tunis is her name. But this is such a great yarn. It really is. I am so happy with this. Really, really nice. I am working on some spinning. I will spin during the upcoming, but I also may do some processing during streams, more so during this month, so I can get ready. What I did yesterday, besides fluffing everything and making decisions, this looks black, but it is a gorgeous red-brown alpaca. It's a Suri. Now there are two kinds of alpaca, Wakia and Suri. Suris have longer locks that sometimes do a little bit of a spiral curl when they're being shown, and they keep their show coat. The longer it gets, the more apt it is to spiral, and that is one of the things they like during showing. It's very glossy. This is actually still wet. It's getting drier. I washed it yesterday. It has the, I'm going to turn this music down a little bit. It has the same, it's alpaca. Okay, alpaca is alpaca is alpaca. It's very much like human hair, so I use human shampoo to wash it. I don't use Dawn because of I need, there's no grease. I don't need to get the grease out. It just has a ton of dirt. So to wash this, I had 3 pounds 1 ounce, okay, in the bag that I bought. And by the way, this is, if you remember, I went to a shearing of alpacas. I bought 3 blankets. This is one of those blankets. No name to the animal. It was number 10. So this will forever be number 10. I may come up with a better name, like, I wish I had hair this color. You know, I wish this was my hair. So anyway, to wash it, I put half of it into a sink, and my sink has the spout itself has a little, you push on the top rubber top and it makes it a spray, right? I can take it off and spray and move it, but more what I really do is leave the faucet stationary, spraying, and fill out, I'm motioning with my hands here and you can't see it, in as the water collects, and put a lot of just plain water in the sink, lukewarm, so it feels good to me. I don't need hot water to melt lanolin or anything. And then I just do this, like I am washing hair, right? I just take my fingers and open that alpaca up, spread it out underneath that spray. And in fact, this water is not, it is running out of the sink at this point. I am not actually filling the sink with water. The point being, I'm trying to get as much of the dirt to go ahead and wash on down the drain. And so I do that for quite a bit. I mean, alpaca is hard for me to wash. I just stand at the sink a long time. You also use a lot of water, right? And then I stopper the sink and draw a little bit warmer water and put shampoo in. And once I get a good tub full of water, then I do this like I'm washing hair, right? Just all over that a pound and a half of alpaca and spread it out like that, and I let it soak for a while. And then I'm back to letting that drain and rinsing it again, exactly the same way with the sprayer. And it's just unbelievable, the dirt that you can see looks like mud as the water drains out, and there's a little bit of a discoloration in your sink, and it's just mud. It's just dirt. I can't say that this is clean. I have done this as much as I possibly could, washed it, right? It is what it's going to be. And hubby and I were talking about this on one of our porch sitting night last night when we were sitting on the porch. Why do you wash it like that so much? Well, first of all, I have tried spinning alpaca unwashed, and my fingertips just get dirtier and dirtier and dirtier, and all I can think of is that's getting spun into the yarn. I don't believe that that's going to come out of the yarn. And I have read other people who have the same belief, saying that microscopic bits of dirt in there is going to be abrasive against the strands of yarn, and your yarn's not going to wear as well. Don't know. Fortunately or unfortunately, alpaca is not what I consider a sturdy wearing fiber, right? I think if I made alpaca socks, which they tend to sell so that they're about 1/2 inch thick, I think it's because that tends to wear quite a bit and pretty easily. I have never made alpaca socks, although it's on my list. It's on my list to do. But anyway, I have now 3 pounds of this drying on my mesh sweater dryer hanging up. And when I get it all dry, the next step will be combing it. And I think that this is long enough that I can comb it with my big 4-tine Indigo Hound. There is a fair amount of length. I'm going to lose a lot, but it's really hard to do a staple thing with alpaca. It just keeps breaking down into more smaller bits. You see what I'm saying? So it's pretty hard to do anything other than just load whatever will go on the comb and pull the top. However, it's worth it. Alpaca top is glorious to spin. It is just glorious to spin. And you add to the fact that they have all these lovely colors. You don't need to dye it, right? You just have a wonderful time spinning the natural colors. So that was the one thing I progressed yesterday. I have 2 more to do. I have doubts as to whether I will go ahead and do that. I think I may just go ahead and work this one all the way through first, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't really know. Okay, so that's the show and tell for today. My yarn, my alpaca. I'll get my stitch out. I have to find it. I haven't had it out for a blue moon. There it is. All the yarn attached to it. And here's the pattern. The hard part is I gotta get all those skeins of little things of floss out here. I'm not exactly sure which one I need. My needles. There's my needles. Always looks such a mess, but really it's not that bad. Okay. I think that's it. Bring it up. Let's see if I can get myself organized to get going here. Boy, maybe it's that I did so much yesterday. Also, I have a 1 o'clock doctor's appointment. It's my year checkup from my second knee surgery, which is a woohoo. It's just a touch base and check on everything. Appointment, nothing major. I like my ortho doctor. It's always fun to go in and see him. I like my regular doctor too. I tell you, he's German, and we have a German American club here, and you don't have to be German to go to their events. And we went one time to one of the beer gardens, and he was there, and it was like, uh-oh. I think I'm busted. Alright, I need my ruler to mark what. Well, maybe not. Let's see here. What do I want to work on? The broom or the dog? Colors going there already anyway. I just need to find a needle here. These are sitting done. This goes through. Oh, I may need my bright light. That might be helpful. Told you I wasn't thinking through everything today. I never can tell which is the whiter plug. You think that'd be easy to see, but I always end up plugging it backwards. And you can't actually plug it backwards, but try. How's that do? Let's see here. I know. It's quite a glare. If I put it back here, it makes it worse. Most of that glare is from the other light, and that gives me plenty of... Okay, it is summer. It is summer. I can take my sweater off. It was getting too warm. Oh, I need to finish the red underneath there. Do I have red to do that? I do. Am I down there? I am. Why did I stop that? Huh. I'm not real sure. I guess I decided to do that after I used up the other colors underneath there. It's so much easier for me. Hi, okay. You're working on cross stitch too. Jade Vela, welcome. You know, I really appreciate you popping in and saying something. It has been very, very, very quiet in my chat the last couple streams. I was beginning to worry I had something set that chatters couldn't get on. Yeah, I have pretty much given up doing cross stitch anywhere other than like this under this direct light. Not necessarily for stream all the time, but oh, I see what I did. Oh, got one strand and not the other. Let's try this again. Yeah, right. I understand too. You know, I'm here. People are busy, or they're. You know, it takes commitment to chat because you're doing something, right? You got your flow going on your creative work, whatever that means. Some people are knitting, some are spinning. I'm using 2 strands here. It seems to be covering. This is perforated paper, and it's, I don't know, like 22 per inch or something like that. It is tiny. But this is a Christmas ornament. It'll get a backing put on it and ribbon to hang. And it's a snowman holding a broom and a dog. I mean, holding, the dog is down at his feet.
Don't cry.
Probably be pretty quick stitch if I worked on it. I'm not real full of incentive to work on it every day. Alright, so I go every other until the last 2. That's the same what's on here. Oh, yeah, that's mostly what I stream about is spinning. And um, sometimes, I get teachy. I teach a little bit, but for the most part, it's just kind of a quiet, gentle, watch the spinning going stream. But I have been trying to make Tuesday mornings a craft stream instead of spinning. You want to try it all. Oh, been there, done that. I am so embarrassed sometimes about how many things I have tried and no longer do. I have been trying over the last couple years, um, originally with the intention of getting more streamlined in case we moved from this place where I live now. But on the other hand, the realization that even though I'm retired, I am not going to be doing as much as I thought of the crafting during retirement. We are doing other things like traveling and taking care of multiple houses because we inherited parents' houses, and it's just, it seems kind of like, okay, I have to be realistic about this. Can't decide whether it would be better to go. I think it might be better to go. I can go across. Okay. You're working on a memorial gift for my friends who lost their baby. Oh, yeah, that's sweet. Yes. You'll be starting a new job, most likely. Good luck with that. I hope that goes well. Next week, and you've been a stay-at-home mom since October 2020. Wow. So I've had a good amount of fair time between baby wrangling and chores. See, that's, yeah, I know. There's always that, too. You're home, so you do more of the housework that was acceptable to put off when you work, right? And my baby hasn't been in my picture for a while. She's now 42. Okay, let's go across this third row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to think more when I'm doing this than I do when I'm spinning. $19 months. Oh, I always said right around 18 months seems to be the perfect age for some reason. At least that was the way I felt. Even my grandson is 12 years old, so we haven't had babies in our family for a while. All right, this is going to finish this strand of. I think that's part of what I want to do here today is get some of these strands used up that's hanging out. Then we can do the red down around the bottom. I seem to need one more here. Let's see here. Okay, it's going in. Should I play floss chicken here? How many more can I get? How many more do I need here? 2 above there. Do those. You always play floss chicken. Yeah. I don't want to dig out more floss. Let me just stitch forever. Oh, well, that's cool. So it's just are you doing counted or are you cross stitching on a stamped? Oh, you created your own. Okay. Neat. And it's counted. Yeah. Magic needle. Oh, I haven't heard that. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two more. Ooh, I don't think I'll get it. Maybe. Well, you know, the hardest part is counting to, not have the pattern go wonky because something didn't get counted right. Really, that's the hardest part. Oh, gonna need scissors. Here they are. Jade Vala, do you stream? Variety, sometimes arts and crafts, sometimes gaming. Okay. Very good. I'll put you down as a... do I Twitch up? Let me see here. I do. Of course, maybe I already follow you. I do follow quite a few people. Hello, there you are with your lovely picture. I gotcha. So you'll be streaming tonight. Oh, I'll try and catch you tonight, if I remember. No, I have the links blocked, I think. I gotcha. Oh, well, wait a minute. Let me see if I can do that. Where is that? Are you on Discord? Yeah, okay, here's my Discord. If it's exclamation point. Nope, must be... You can tell I don't do this very often. Nope. Okay. Huh. sure thought that would have worked. Oh, what is the Discord thing? You can tell I don't do this nuts and bolts parts of this very much. You got it. Okay. All right. Thanks. I need to figure that out, though. I don't know why. Usually I had a link that would go straight to it. Yes, it is in my About section. So is my all my podcasts about spinning. So, okay, good. Glad to. It's a very, very quiet Discord. But share as many pictures as you want. That'll be great. I'll enjoy that. I'm very inactive because I just have so much else going on. Oh, I hate nuts. Oh, this one's serious. It don't want to pop out. There it goes. Go take a peek. Oh, that's so precious. Oh, what a gift. What a lovely, lovely gift. That's wonderful. That is a wonderful, wonderful gift. I used to make and give a lot of handcrafted gifts like that. I'm just lucky to. Well, what happened was I was doing many other, sewing, cross stitch, needlepoint, and they would sometimes be smaller things that I would give as gifts, but I got into spinning yarn and don't have a lot of knitting friends as far as that goes. I have a lot of spinning friends. They already spin their own too. So, when I started focusing really heavily on the spinning, which happened really like back 2013 when I started podcasting about it, I would need a topic for the podcast, and so I would do something specific for it, and that just kept expanding my knowledge and expanding the breeds I worked with, and just on and on. And it's only been recently I've stopped podcasting and kind of taking a step back and saying, hey, let's do some of this other stuff now. But this is just a little ornament that I'll keep, hang on my tree. I have found over the years, as I get my Christmas decorations out, the ones that I've made, they mean the most. I mean, I'm always happy to see them, right? Oh, I like that. I'm glad I made that kind of thing. But, having said all that, at the very beginning here, I was talking about Stash Dash. Stash Dash is put on by streamers, and their name is what did I do? Close Discord? Why did I do that? The Knit Girls, and Girls has 2 L's. 3 L's in it. The girls have 3 L's in it, if you're looking for them. And they do stream, but what they do is have this challenge you challenge yourself to see how much yardage you can either create by spinning or use up by knitting, and it lasts for 3 months, and it starts May 27th, but it goes all the way through August 31st, so got a couple days beyond 3 months for this challenge. And you just challenge your own goal. You pick, can I do 5K? Can I do 10K? Can I do 20K? Right? You pick that. So that's what I'm getting myself ready for. What you been saying here? You haven't decided what text you'll be putting underneath. Yeah. And then I'm going to do a border. Maybe some beading. She had complications. Her water broke at 17 weeks. Oh, dear. But she didn't find out till 19. There wasn't anything they could do anyways. She carried him 27 weeks before having to do an emergency C-section. He was born without lungs. Oh, yeah. You have friends that knit, crochet, and cross stitch, but they're all distance friends. Need more local friends to swap stuff with. Well, the pandemic fixed that, didn't it? I had a spinning group that met. It was called Odd Tuesday because if it was a Tuesday in an odd number of the month, we would meet, and we always met at a bookstore. And we would either spin with drop spindles or knit, mostly knitting during that. So anyway, not only did the pandemic do it for that group in particular, but then everybody's lives changed, right? I couldn't get to it. It was in the evening. I couldn't get to it because I was working. I had started out with the group. When I wasn't, I had been taking a little sabbatical, went back to work in 2010, and that 10-year period, it was really hard for me to get there. The rest of I stayed in touch with them other ways, but to actually get there was kind of hard. Then, of course, before the pandemic, we had various and sundry surgeries between us, all of the members, right? And so that would be a delay of getting together. And then the pandemic hit, and so now it is pretty much defunct. Half of the group was coming from a distance. They weren't local, real local. And it had been going on for so long, and people moved, and it finally died, as in real life. I tried another knitting group that was meeting. Oh, in fact, I've tried two since then. One was a long time ago. It was fun, but again, I was working, so it was Sunday afternoon, so I had to work every other weekend, depended whether I could go or not. The second one, I was retired by then, and I have to say, I probably could make the effort, but it was pretty far away, and they were like younger than my daughter. They were so young. I didn't join their conversation as comfortably as I might have, or felt included. I don't hold it against them. It's nothing. It's just, they were already sort of a peer group, and I popped in, and here I am, old enough to be their grandmothers. Not quite, but yeah. So yeah, I haven't found a good fit yet. Every once in a while, I go see one of the members at her house of the original Odd Tuesday group, and that's always special because she's a good friend. Now, Stash Dash, let me get back to that. So, between now and when I can start actually either spinning or knitting, I need to do a lot of getting the fiber ready. I call it processing, because that's what it is. It's a process. That's what I was talking about with that alpaca and washing it. Next step will be you either card it or comb it to get it ready to spin. And so when I was fluffing my fiber stash yesterday, that is downstairs. I have long-term storage upstairs, but downstairs is what I really want to get out of the way for this Stash Dash. I ended up with a multiple sorting system. There is fiber that was ready to spin. That's easy. Got a big Rubbermaid tub and started collecting in that. That means I just pick it up and I'm ready to spin. Then I got the fiber that needs either carded or combed. And that ended up being several 2 bags of a white fiber that I am going to card, spin as white, and later dye the yarn, and 1 bag of white fiber that I probably will spin and keep white, not sure. Those are going to be drum carded. The alpaca, the combing is very small amount compared to the drum carding, but drum carding goes faster, so that's good. So I have it set aside what needs processed, and there is what needs washed, and that was 3 alpaca blankets and 2 complete sheep fleeces. Not going to happen between now and the end of May, but I'll get done. I'm only going to wash 1 alpaca, which I've already done, and comb that, and then the 2 sheep fleeces. I will just see what I can get done between now and then. And the goal is, after it's washed, then it has to be carded or combed. So the process is something every day. A little bit of carding or combing, wash something, and it becomes a full-time job. It's unbelievable, but it's a full-time job now. Unpaid job. Got a little bit of broom there. You joined a book club with a few friends. Yeah, you meet once a month. There's only 4 of you, but we theme snacks around the book and pick our next round of books with the theme. This round is award winners. What award winners? Okay, so you're gonna make state fair blue ribbon winner snacks? Yeah, it's fun. Sometimes I get, shoo, you know, why am I doing this? But for the most part, I do. I love it. Always have loved it. That's why I'm in the position I'm in right now. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4 up. So I need one more. One more up. No, I got 4 up. That's all. I'm on this row. It's, more than fun. The problem is it's addicting to take, especially a fleece, all the way through the process. I love buying raw fleece. The colors are amazing. Sometimes if it's more than a white fleece, because there's browns and grays and beautiful natural colors. That's true of alpaca too. You also tend to load up on projects and stuff and then have to look back and go, what was I thinking? Well, on top of the stash dash, I should actually knit every day too. And there are not too many started projects, but I have 2 shawls that probably I won't work on for stash dash. I would rather I'd rather start something. I have there's 2 lace shawls and then there's a heavy shawl with handspun. So I want to work on that one. I want to work on the heavy shawl with the handspun. That's the reason for not picking up the lace one. Those are commercial yarns. So I am going to do the work to get that one done. And then there's a cowl by the same designer I want to use handspun for. Because ultimately, my biggest goal is to get some of the handspun used. I think my music has stopped. I think the channel was only an hour. I need to go back and restart it. I use most of what I make. I very rarely sell it. I am going to work on that, okay? It has to be online. But at this point in time, I just pretty much only use it. It's awesome. I have done a number of demos that way, that really feel really cool. People stopping by and like, oh man, I love what you're doing. All right, let's see if I can if this is going to give me an ad.
Morning, Chillville. It's the Dapple.
I don't think so. Okay. You are? Yeah. I should take a break. I really do. I'm almost to the end of this one too, so I'm going to take a break after I finish up this color. Not really playing floss chicken. I'm actually going out of my comfort zone of how doing all one color and not doing the multiple colors together tends to lead me towards making mistakes. Getting off the chart. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 3 of these. Oh. Got half a stitch done and then it came unthreaded, so let's see if I can get the other half in there. There's a second chart that goes with this. It would make a cute accompanying ornament. Also, the snowman is pulling a sled with a Christmas tree on it. It's got a rabbit in front of the Christmas tree. Well, I don't know why I chose this one over that one, but probably I'm going to make both. Oh, she says. I don't know if I can get this threaded or not. Only need half a stitch. That's all I need. I need both to go into the needle. Probably help a little bit if I have my glasses near close work glasses on. Okay, that is just not going, so I'm gonna have to pull this out. All right. Take a break. You tend to work one color at a time? for the one you shared, you start in the middle with one color and worked around a bit to get reference points, and then as long as you, I did the frame right to give me, and then I went ahead and cut this off. Of course, this paper is perforated paper, but as long as you give yourself a lot of canvas to work with, it really doesn't matter. You worked the left side one color at a time. Okay. Yeah. All right, I need to stretch. How we doing here? We're at an hour. Let's see, it's 11:15. I need to leave the house at noon. Need to get lunch. I better stop around half an hour from now. I don't do the walkabout, but if I was doing a longer stream, I would. But since I'm only going to go another half hour, I'm not going to take that kind of break. All right. Let's go over here to the dog and work on, let's see what colors these are here. There's a light brown and a dark brown and a light brown. It's actually next. All right, let's do the light brown next. Wade into the ocean. Yeah, right. Become a forest hag. Oh, we don't have a forest, but we certainly have wild land right now. Everything is growing like the weeds they are in the areas. We're on 15 acres, so we don't mow at all. Half of it gets farmed by a local farmer. We rent it out to him. The rest around the house we keep mowed. A lot of it that is acreage that goes down to the creek is just stays wild. I have a wisteria vine. It has 3 sections to it that is just gone up one of the trees. It's, oh my gosh, it's amazing how big it's gotten, and it's beautiful this year. Oh, you're in Orlando. My mom's house is in Central Florida. Right. Absolutely. A little bit of space. It's a good thing. In Orlando, it's hard to find. We're in Kentucky. Close enough to Louisville to consider it a trip in if we want to do anything. But out in the country otherwise. Oops. I need to go back. I missed a stitch here. It's not much, but enough for you for now. How much snow do we get? Anywhere from none, all winter long, to 3 inches that can stick around if it occurs in January and February, but comes and snows on the early daffodils in March and April and goes away the next day, right? But it's never really been a factor about being snowed in. I don't consider myself ever snowed in. You like the idea of living somewhere else, but also don't know that you like the idea of snow for more than a little bit. Born and raised Floridians like me are, and your hubby are both. I can't say, I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, come on up. You know, I had a good friend from California, because we lived in California for a while, and I had him come and visit me after I moved here and been here for a couple of years. And, you know, he and his wife were like, okay, but we gotta really plan. It's gotta be good weather, right? It can't be rainy, it can't be snowy, it can't be, right? So we planned it, and there may have been possibility of rain, but we planned it in the summer and everything, and we happened to have a perfect stretch of weather like we're getting this week. It just was luck, where, you know, there's not much humidity, the temp gets to 80, but, you know, it's pretty nice, it doesn't rain, it stays dry, and, you know, I said, we did it, you got it, you've got California weather out here, you know, and everything. And he just looked at me and he said, this weather is what the Midwest does to convince people to move here, and then it just screws them. Like, I think you're right. Come live here. It's gorgeous. For this minute, anyway. But my mom and dad retired to Florida. They're both passed, but they retired to Florida and had lived down there, like, 25 years of the last years of their life. And I'd talk to Dad, and I'd say, Dad, I can't come live in Florida. I just can't come live in Florida. And he'd say, you're just not old enough yet. I was like, oh, come on, nah. You know what? I'd move to Florida. I would. I'd move to Florida. Anytime you've gone anywhere that isn't Florida, you've been either dehydrated or dried out, or pretty sure that I got that mid-seasonal depression. Yeah, right. The lack of sun is definitely a problem here. Definitely a problem, yes. And you're so used to 100% humidity, you hate it. And the sunshine all the time with afternoon rain. I know. Yeah, it's a thing. I was born not really technically here, but close enough. I was born in central Ohio, right? So that's not that far from this area, and I think I have lived in California. I loved it, but mostly I either lived very close to where I was born, or California or here, right? California was being the only difference. And Florida is only because I am old enough now. I don't want to deal with the big stuff anymore like we're dealing with. I don't want to, have to deal with a big house to clean and that sort of thing. And it's all about that. It really has nothing to do with the weather at all. I'll just stay in the air conditioning if I don't like it, that kind of thing. But I have been at this place for 33 years. It is going to be a major thing to ever pack up and leave. Okay. Let's see, I could go over and do his little tail there. Oh, I already did his. You live about 20 minutes from where you were born, yeah. But you've lived on the East and West Coast, okay. You went to UCF and met hubby there, and you landed good jobs in the area and you never left. Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. The neighbor that we have in Florida at my mom's place is Florida. Her and her husband have born and raised not far from where they live right now, where they retired. Okay, I don't think I better try and do any more. I think I'm going to get off on what I want to do here with this. Unfortunately, I go over here, top of that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can do that. 6 over. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then do 2 and 2 under. The pandemic has moved hubby fully to remote. Work from home, and my new job will be remote work from home. So we can consider moving if you wanted to. Yeah. Okay. That happened to my son-in-law. He works for UPS, and it's used to work in a building but on a computer terminal, a computer, and went to work from home, and now it's a done deal. He's going to work from home. Alright, I'm going to call this thread done. Tuck it in here. Oh, I saw a cute design. I could never find it again, I don't think. It was... I cannot tell if it really was done as a two-sided or if somebody was just doing a joke, prank, or, you know, whatever. But they had... I don't know what the threads here. The picture. And it said, let me start this way. They showed the back, and it said pre-coffee. And it was all fuzzy and everything. And then they showed the front, and they said post-coffee under here as a caption. I thought that was hysterical. If you're a coffee drinker. Alright, let's see if I can use up some of this other brown on the dog. And I think I'm going to be done streaming. I hear hubby getting ready to go. If you're married and you're both retired, let me tell you, it is 24/7 and you do everything together. Yeah, at least we do. Just becomes a habit. Alright, let's see here. Where am I here? I done did that. So I am this row. Yep. One gray, 3 white, and then 2 of these brown. That's where I'm at. Right here. Yeah, I know. Well, we live far enough away that when we go into the town, we plan multiple errands, and some are his errands and some are my errands, and it just makes sense. It's practical. Nice to be able to do it. Okay. Oh, I haven't did not catch the follows. Thank you for the follow, Jade. Ms. Gloom, thank you for the follow. Don't seem to be here anymore, but that's all right. I guess I have the alert sound turned off or something, because alright. Having trouble okay. This is this, so I need to go. Sitting here talking to myself. It's alright. This is going to be it for this thread. Boy, I got very little done.
Don't cry.
But time flies when you're having fun, and it is time for me to go. I will be back Thursday evening. I'm on Eastern Standard Time. So I will be back at 7 p.m. That is my only evening time for streaming. And then I'll be back on Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And on Thursday, I'm going to change screens here. Oh, okay. Ms. Gloom is a friend of yours. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's really cool. And Jade, I have really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you for being chatty today and passing the time with me. It does make it go quicker, and I've enjoyed that. And you have a great rest of the day and week. And if you happen to be coming back on Thursday evening, if you're not streaming, I'm going to be hand combing Shetland, or I think it's Shetland, but it's wool. Okay, and getting it ready to spin on the stream. So, everybody else, thank you for stopping by. If you're catching this later on as the video on demand, thanks for hanging out with me during this and checking it out. And I will see you later. Bye, everybody.